And I noticed that everyone tells you, you need to quit your job, you need to get online income, you need to escape the 9 to 5, stop working for somebody else, be your own boss, financial freedom, time freedom, that kind of stuff. And I was thinking about that a lot because I've also been wanting to do that for almost a decade now. My feelings over the last few weeks since I finally, after 6 months, didn't post on my usual regular scheduled day. So my biggest fear was that I would be making videos consistently. I've been uploading videos on this channel every Tuesday for the last 6 months, and I was scared to miss a week or two because I thought if that happens, the algorithm will notice and my channel will die. And I know everyone says you need to post regularly, you have to be consistent. I say that on my videos as well. But I was kind of thinking about it the last few weeks, and not just about YouTube, but in different side hustles, I guess, or online income, or whatever you want to call it, escaping your 9 to 5 or ghosting your job or whatnot. And thinking about it, I came up with my own kind of conclusion. I want to talk about what a lot of people don't talk about online, about having your own business or being online, or escaping your 9 to 5, the reality, good things about it, bad things about it, and kind of like the reality of what life truly is like when you're either working for a company or if you're working for yourself. So I want to give you the honest version, or at least the version that came to mind for me. So that's what I'll be talking about in this video. The main thing, of course, is the freedom. Everyone talks about the freedom lifestyle. You can wake up whenever you want. You can work whenever you want. You can be wherever you want. If you want to work on a beach in Thailand, or if you want to, work while you're at home remote, so you can stay with your kids or your dogs or whatever. So everyone has their reasons why they want that freedom away from their office 9 to 5. Another reason a lot of people want to quit is because their boss or their manager, sometimes they feel trapped or they feel pressured to do stuff. They're overworked. Their bosses or their managers are not very nice to them, are not very empathetic, not willing to listen to them. So I kind of feel like it's the pressure of having to work for a company and having a boss looking over your shoulder. So that's another reason why people want to escape this 9 to 5. And then another thing is income wise. Although a lot of companies, pay us like a steady income, sometimes working for yourself or having your own business or, doing something online, you can actually make more money, double the money, triple the money, more money than you ever thought imaginable. Working for yourself, working for your own business rather than working for an employer. So that's another kind of enticement that people decide, I need to quit my job, I need to ghost my job for this. Also, I think the biggest thing I would say why I guess the trend of this is happening is social media in general, because there's so many videos, so many channels, so many TikToks and Instagrams and YouTube videos about people who have quit their job, have gotten laid off, have stopped working, and then ended up having more income, more than enough income, by doing something online or being their own boss or starting their own online business or selling courses or affiliate marketing or whatever it is. Using that, they've seen more success than their job. So a lot of people pushing this on social media makes people wonder why they are still working for a company when they could also join these group of people and have that financial freedom. And this ties into my next point, I guess, of why a lot of people fail, including me. I think one of the biggest reasons is, like me, I'm always like trying to find out what the next trend is going to be. So try to see what is the next big business coming up. I'm never one of the pioneers of it. I'm always like a follower, or I follow trends. I see a lot of people starting a business, so I think I want to start a business. I see a lot of people doing affiliate marketing. I try to be affiliate marketing. A lot of people starting AI stuff, faceless accounts. I start faceless AI account stuff. So that kind of stuff, kind of following trends. And if you're new or early to something, you have a better chance of succeeding. But once it's saturated, even though it says, even a lot of people, a lot of gurus you'll see on the video say, even if it's saturated, you still have a chance of success, which is true. But I feel like the more people follow the exact same thing, the harder it is to stand out or get noticed. Another thing I think why most people fail, and I'm included in this one, is planning, poor planning. You need strategy, you need a lot of planning going into stuff rather than just jumping into things. And if you haven't seen my video where I talk about all the different side hustles I've tried, if you watch that video, you'll know that I'm always like just going for something. I see something and I go, okay, I'm gonna try this, and rather than planning it and slowly thinking about it strategically, I just jump into it and I start a website, or I start getting affiliate links, or I start doing this or that. So I think that's one of the main reasons that I failed, and a lot of people fail online. And one that I would say is not in my case, but I do see a lot of people, is they give up too early. A lot of people, especially a lot of people who talk to me, because I've had a channel for I think now 16 years, maybe more, my old channel Aussie Awesome, and I have 23,000 subscribers. I get a lot of messages of people, or I have friends of mine who are like, oh, you've been doing YouTube for so long, I want to start a YouTube channel, I need money for a vacation, or I'm thinking about quitting my job, so I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel. And then they ask me for advice, I give it to them. They start a channel, they make 3-4 videos, and then they give up. And I think a lot of people are like that. A lot of people jump into something, they try it for like a month or so, and they don't see any results, or very, very small or slow results, and they give up. And I think that's a lot of people. That's why I think most people fail, is they don't plan properly, and they also jump out too quickly. They give up too fast. There's a lot of good things about having a full-time job, like a stable job. The main thing is the stability. You have a 9-to-5 job, you know where you're going to be every week, Monday to Friday. You know that you're going to get a steady income, and every 2 weeks you're going to get paid. And I think one of the biggest things that a lot of people don't think about when they quit their job and decide to go on their own is all the perks and benefits that come along with having a job rather than doing it on your own, or doing online income, or starting your own business. Main things being all the benefits. You're gonna get pension, you're gonna get health care, you're gonna get sick days, vacation days, you're gonna get all these days and benefits of money that you won't get if you are doing an online income. You're gonna get, and when everyone says there's time freedom and whatnot, but if you think about it, if you're working at a 9-to-5, everything after a 9-to-5 or before 9-to-5 is your time. You are just working during that slot allotted time, and that's it. But with an online income, there is no certain time to work, so technically you have the freedom to work whenever you want, but that also means you might be working all different sporadic times. You might be working late at night to finish whatever you have to do. You might get messages or orders or whatever your business is in the morning. Maybe you're working in different countries, so different time zones, so you might be working the night shift. You might be working like really early in the morning, or just 3 hours here, 4 hours there, another 3 hours there. So in the end, you might end up working just as much, but just different times and sporadically. Also, with the 9-to-5 job, there's not too much pressure to succeed. I mean, you need to meet your targets, you need to make sure your managers don't yell at you, but pretty much you can just do whatever you got to do from 9-to-5 and just go home. The rest of the company doesn't really depend on you too much. But when you're doing your own business, everything is up to you. You need to make sure the entire business runs smoothly, not just the time that you're working, but even when you're not working, there's a lot of things in the background that you have to, that's up to you. All the business decisions, the taxes, the communications, the marketing, the promotion, the production, whatever it is you're doing in your business, it's all up to you. There's no different department, there's no human resources to help you with your taxes or accounting. There's no specific managers or other communications team doing articles for you or marketing for you. You're doing everything. It's a one-man gig pretty much, so it's a lot tougher than just being a 9-to-5 worker, in my opinion. If you are depending on your 9-to-5 and you quit it, you are going to be very financially restrained, and sometimes if you're financially restrained, you make bad decisions. So if you are working a full-time job, you're okay, you have stability, you have a guaranteed income coming. But if you start your own business, you have no income coming in, you start getting desperate, and if you need the money, you might end up making bad decisions or rash decisions just because you're kind of depending on money, and if it doesn't come in, you might have financial issues. And the main thing is something that you were hoping to quit your job to do. You wanted less stress, you wanted more freedom, more control. Sometimes if you quit your job and you start a new business and it's still getting started, it's not as successful as you hoped, you were following your passion, but then that passion starts becoming more stressful because it turns more than just a passion. It becomes your livelihood, and if you are not able to do it successfully, it can really damage your mental health and damage your motivation. There's something that you really love doing ends up becoming kind of something that you need to do for money, and it changes the way you look at it. So it is really a difficult step if it's not going smoothly for you. So unlike some people that say you need to quit your job, you need to get out of the rat race and be your own boss, I'm not saying that, but I'm also not saying stay at your job, work the 9 to 5, put your head down and don't look anywhere else. Just do your best at your company and hope for the best. So my approach is kind of like a hybrid or a mixed approach. And that's what I've been doing for the last 6 months. I've been working 9 to 5 at my job where I'm at, but I'm also spending a lot of time, mostly weekends or evenings, even just an hour a day, trying to do my online stuff, trying to build something online like this Ghost Your Job YouTube channel, as well as my Ghost Your Job newsletter. I'm trying to stay consistent. I'm trying to build this into something where eventually it will be as successful as my job. The main thing to understand is, rather than stop your job and go all in on online income, you might want to keep your job to fund your online income. So at least you have some backup support helping you while you're still working creatively on something that you enjoy doing. And for those of you who are on the fence, not sure if you should quit your job and go all in, I would say maybe test it out first. Maybe before you go all in and quit your job, try to see how much income is coming in already from your side incomes. See if it's something that's actually doing well. Once you start seeing results, even if it's small results, little results, but as long as it's growing, then you can slowly pivot to that, putting more attention towards that rather than your full-time job. But until you're seeing definite results that this could definitely grow into something as big or bigger than the income you're getting from your job, I would say just keep both at the same time. And I know that's not a popular opinion because everybody wants to be really extreme on one side. They want to say, I quit my job and I make $100,000 a year, or I got really I put all my effort into my job and now I'm like a CEO of a company and now I'm doing really well. So everyone wants to show that they're doing really well in whichever choice or whichever path they choose, whether they choose having their own business and becoming really successful, or working for a company and getting really high level, becoming an executive in that company. But no one wants to show the in-between. I think the most of us, where most of us are, where we're not gonna be high level management. We're not gonna be executives making $150,000 or $200,000 a year, but we're also not gonna be able to start a business and become our own boss and make $25,000 to $50,000 a month or something like that. We're kind of in the middle, and I'm actually still in that position. I've been in that position for a long time, where I've been working, I've been using my job to pay my bills and doing my best to be a good worker, be a good employee, respect the employer, and do my best to serve whoever I'm serving. But at the same time, I'm not just giving up the rest of my life. I'm still building a side income. I'm still trying to figure out what I can do that is gonna give me job satisfaction, give me creativity, make me feel like I'm doing something good and something enjoyable, and still getting financial success from it as well. So once again, the reason I made this video is because I kind of got freaked out in the beginning, because I thought, oh no, if I don't make a video every week, the algorithm is gonna kill me and just destroy my channel. But I also at the same time thought, you know, sometimes you need to not just do things just to be consistent, or because people tell you to do them, or because you think that's what everyone's doing. You need to kind of like take a step back, look at the whole picture, and think, am I doing this because I want to do it, because it's fun, or because I think it's helpful, or am I doing it because I feel pressured or forced to do it? And I think I was kind of feeling pressured and forced to do this for my ghoster job, because I thought I have to be consistent, I have to upload a video every week, I have to make the videos perfect. So that's why I kind of stepped back, took a few weeks away. I was also busy with family and stuff. So I thought, you know, when I thought about it, I thought, I'm doing this ghoster job channel not just to, you know, try to make this a full-time income so I can actually ghost my job, but I'm actually doing it because I want to enjoy what I'm doing. And if this becomes similar to my job, where I have to be forced to think of ideas and make videos and whatnot, it's not worth it. So I decided I'm just gonna relax a bit, take a step back, take a breath, and make videos that I think I like, that I want to make, and when I feel like making them. And at the same time, I'm gonna continue my job. I'm not gonna try to have a timeline of when I need to quit my job by, and I have to retire by this age, or I have to, you know, move to this country by this age. I'm just gonna go with the flow, gonna kind of see where things go work-wise and online income-wise, and hopefully they will all kind of sort itself out. But yeah, if you're in this similar position, or if you are, you know, in that crossroads of which way should I go, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what your journey is like. And if you like this video, please, you know, subscribe and thumbs up if you like by the video. It kind of helps this channel. As you can see, my channel is not growing too well, but I'm almost at 100 subscribers, so it'll be nice to see that happen soon. Also, if you haven't seen my last video, it's over here. It's where I talk about my experience of spending $1,500 US for a made-for-you online business that didn't really go that well. And if you want to know more details, you can see it in that video. Take care and see you there. Peace.